Right now at noon, if you live in Fayetteville, you could soon see water and sewer rates going up. What we know coming up. And Bass Pro Shops officially opens its doors in Fort Smith today. We'll take you to the grand opening celebration. Well, thank you for joining us today for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley here with meteorologist Noah Simmons. We're excited we get a break. Are you excited to talk about some nice weather for a change?
I am excited, less stressed out. We don't talk about giant hail, we don't talk about tornadoes or anything like that. It is noticeably cooler though, and we've certainly felt that walking to the station. Let's actually get a look at what we're seeing out there right now. A few clouds hanging on to some spots, a little bit more so in the River Valley, but we've warmed up to 71 there in Ozark, 64 in Poto on the bottom right of your screen. Bentonville, you guys are sitting at 62 degrees. Meanwhile, Fayetteville 65, they're looking at the downtown square. So cooler temperatures, it's also less humidity out there. In fact, we look at our 24-hour dew point change. Our dew points are, say, what, 10 to 20 degrees lower than what they were yesterday. Yesterday, right, it was stormy. It was a little humid out there. It wasn't necessarily hot, but it was definitely humid out there, and we've seen some drier air as that cold front has continued to push its way through the region. So definitely much lower humidity. Now, if you like the cooler temperatures, well, you're probably going to like the forecast ahead. In fact, look at the next several afternoons in northwest Arkansas. High temperatures in the 60s, so this is about 10 to 15 degrees below average. We'll eventually start to warm up early parts of next week there in the upper 70s. In the River Valley, we'll also see highs in the 60s for Friday as well. Once we kind of get to the weekend, we'll take it for that first full weekend of May. Saturday, Sunday, high temperatures ranging from those lower to upper 70s. We'll hang out to some of those lower 80s for next week as well. So I don't really see anything, the temperature getting hot necessarily the next several days, but at least it's going to be on the cooler side the next few days. It's breathable. It's more comfortable out there, along with some of those cooler temperatures that you're probably feeling outside right now. We got a few chances of some spotty showers toward the end of this week, probably Thursday into Friday timeframe. Nothing like what we saw the last few days. We'll, of course, kind of break that down and talk about all of it in that full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Noah. And as we mentioned, heavy thunderstorms moved through parts of the whole state yesterday, causing flooding in several areas, including Wynne, where conditions quickly turned dangerous. You can see here roads and streets in that area were left impassable as floodwaters were spreading through the community. The drone video shows homes surrounded, entire neighborhoods submerged. Leaders there are urging drivers to avoid the flooded roads as more storms are possible there. Well, in Washington County, Joseph and Kendra Duggar have pleaded not guilty to charges of false imprisonment and child endangerment. Their attorney entered the plea on their behalf on Tuesday. The couple was arrested last month following an investigation by Taneytown Police. Joseph Duggar is also facing molestation charges in Florida, where he's accused of touching a 9-year-old girl inappropriately while she was on a family vacation in 2020. He'll have another court hearing in Florida next month. Meanwhile, lawmakers are in a dispute over an annual tradition. The American Legion Auxiliary hosts the Girls State program inside the state capitol every summer. It's a week-long program where Arkansas girls get to learn about government. But lawmakers say school counselors missed a deadline to apply and are asking organizers for flexibility so about 150 students can still join. But the American Legion Auxiliary is not budging. Now lawmakers are looking to pass a resolution to prohibit Girls State from the House and Senate chambers.
For years in the past that Girls State and Boys State both extend their deadlines for people to meet the requirements and meet the application deadline. So we're just trying to really force the conversation.
In a post on Facebook, the American Legion Auxiliary says it's standing firm on the deadlines, saying in part, deadlines are critical to maintaining the integrity and operational feasibility of the program. The fiscal session will come to a close today, and the governor is set to sign next year's budget. This week, the House heard an appropriations bill involving a late budget boost. The change centers around an incentive meant to attract a major manufacturer to West Memphis. The project would receive $300 million in tax breaks and road improvements.
Every dollar that factory invests in the community is multiplied 3 or 4 times in the community.
There's a lot we don't know about this project. What we do know is there's $300 million that's going to go to one company that I'm afraid is going to create a lot of jobs for people that aren't.
Well, the House also changed the channel on an appropriations bill that would have given $500,000 to Arkansas TV, formerly known as Arkansas PBS. It missed by 4 votes, but it's back on the agenda for today. In Fort Smith, city staff says it's hoping to set up a meeting with the legislative delegation late next month. City directors were supposed to have a sit-down with Fort Smith state lawmakers Tuesday to talk about what's happening at Baptist Health. It comes as the hospital's labor and delivery and obstetrics departments officially closed Tuesday. But since lawmakers are still in the fiscal session, that meeting was postponed. Despite that, one city director spelled out exactly what she wants to talk about.
I'd like to have a discussion around what the letter was advocating for, which was the notification period for service line closures. Other states are doing this. I think it's an important discussion to have. What I'm not interested in is more talking points from Baptist. We've gotten plenty of those. We've seen them in all the media. That's what they're putting out. I'm not interested in that.
The Baptist Health CEO announced changes to the Fort Smith campus in March, saying the changes were due in part to a shifting healthcare industry, rising costs, and workforce concerns. Fayetteville city leaders are considering a plan to raise water and sewer rates as the area continues to grow. Leaders say rising costs, especially the price of buying treated water, are driving the need for that increase. They're being asked to approve a plan that would raise rates gradually over the next several years. Under the proposal, how much you would pay would depend on how much water you use, with higher usage leading to higher bills.
Including Fayetteville, we also distribute water to the smaller communities around us, and so every time people move to Northwest Arkansas and the population increases, their need for safe, clean water increases as well.
It is understandable, but I think maybe we should look into different ways that we can help out residents that have been here for so long.
City leaders are expected to vote on the proposal at their next meeting on May 5th. The Bass Pro Shops opened its 3rd Arkansas location today in Fort Smith. This is video from the grand opening this morning. The store off Rogers Avenue and along I-540 has been years in the making. Some people waited overnight to be the first in line. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach was there for the grand opening.
The 70,000 square foot space in Fort Smith has something to offer for everyone, from hunting and camping supplies and boats to, of course, the iconic hats and fish tank. This marks the 3rd Bass Pro Shops location in Arkansas, with the first opening back in 2012. The store includes a 19,000-gallon aquarium built inside a signature Ozarks-inspired cave with hand-painted murals. General Manager Jeff Smith says their goal is to connect the community with the outdoors while showcasing the beauty that Arkansas has to offer. We also spoke with residents who were lined up for opening day and says they arrived as early as 8 p.m. the night before.
I stayed up all night. Just waiting.
I've always loved Bass Pro, and when I seen they were doing the gift card thing, I wanted to come, and we brought a bunch of people too. A bunch of people came with us.
It feels like going to Bass Pro is such a foreign thing for me because it's a long drive. So being right next to where one's being built, the opening day, and the gift cards.
Doors opened at 9 a.m., but this is just day 1 of a 4-day grand opening event with all sorts of activities, prizes, and giveaways. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thank you, Claire. Also happening today, the University of Arkansas Fort Smith continues its annual Day of Giving. The campaign has a goal of raising $62,000 this year. It supports a wide range of programs, including scholarships, student organizations, and study abroad opportunities. It is a 1,928-minute drive in honor of the university's founding year, 1928. Donations will be accepted through 4:08 this afternoon. And to wrap it all up, the school's mascot, Numa, will host a birthday party on campus that will be from 2 to 4 today.